The switching of the guards at the Altare della Patria, or the Altar of the Fatherland, was for me the biggest highlight of the golf cart tour we did with mybesttour.com. This was a 3-hour afternoon tour in an eco-friendly open-air golf cart, which took us to all the major landmarks of Rome, and we stopped for the best gelato in town at the end of the tour. Our guide spoke perfect English and was like a walking history book. There was no question left unanswered, and what I felt was so appreciative of the pride and passion he had for this city and country. He also shared about the struggle of the Italian people, especially since COVID, and how hard it is to be living in a country that is still very conservative and yet is so behind on economic affairs, and where the power of the Catholic Church remains indomitable. He also opened my eyes to how hard the locals work here to accommodate us tourists, not just because it creates income, but mostly because they innately are eager to share their love and passion for their culture. It has been an amazing past, 24 hours since I picked her up. From Firenze to the big luxury outlets to Arezzo to back to Rome. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you know about this hotel?
Yeah, no, it's one of the top-rated hotels in Rome, so it's a 5-star property. There's an on-site spa, there's a fitness center, there is, amazing dining. There's a beautiful new bar lounge in the lobby. We're about a 20 to 25 minute walk to the Colosseum. We're about a
That was fun last night,
yeah,
by the way.
That was
super fun.
It's actually really cool to go at night, so definitely check that out.
So romantic.
Yes. And then there's also, we're very close to the Termini, the train station here, so it's easy access to the airport. Other than that, it's a really, really beautiful place to walk around. We're about a 15 to 20 minute walk from the Trevi Fountain.
Today she booked a golf cart tour of the city.
It's probably one of the most fun things I've ever done here. It's definitely something you should check out. So just simply Google golf cart tour Rome. A couple of different companies that do that. What's nice is it brings you off the beaten path perhaps, or it takes you to places that of course a car can't go to. So it'll take you through the park. It'll take you down those really, really narrow streets that are technically for pedestrians. And it's a lot of fun. You learn a lot very quickly, and it's usually about a 3 to 4 hour tour. Actually, we're doing the hidden Rome one today, and the first time I did like Rome Discovery, so that was a lot of fun, and I recommend it for all ages. I did this with my 88-year-old grandmother, and she did a phenomenal job, loved it so much, and they provide a lot of information, so it's really, really cool.
I'm having a hard time keeping it,
I'm really, really
keeping
excited
the
to
excitement really chill here.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're about to check out of this magnificent hotel. Thank you to the Anantara Resort Hotels. This one is the Palazzo Naiari Roma Hotel. It's been swell.
Thank you.
Entirely built in marble, we can say. But then, after the fall of the Roman Empire, what happened is that people fled Rome because it had become a dangerous place where to live. The barbarians kept coming, killing people, raping women, and so forth. So, from the first time that the barbarians conquered Rome, which was in 410 AD, from then on, in 2 centuries, the city was practically evacuated. We went from about 1.5 million inhabitants to 15,000. So the Romans had control over the river, but after Rome fell, the river kept flooding the city. And little by little, the silt covered up the bottom part of the Roman buildings. So then later on, when the Pope really took the power, which is after 800 AD. People started to come back to Rome, and they needed to build their houses, the nobles their palaces, their churches, and so on. So the part of the Roman buildings that was still standing and was out of the ground became a source for building material. The part of the building that was underground made wonderful, sturdy foundations. And they built wherever they had material at hand and sturdy ruins to build upon. And that's why the city ended up being like this, a maze of narrow streets going one into the other. That has the prominent columns. They're not half into the facade like the rest of it.
Oh, really chateau. Smallest street in Rome. First bank that opened up in Rome. Bank of the Holy Spirit. The Chiesa di San Ignazio di Loyola is mostly known for its trompe-l'oeil vaulted dome and its Baroque frescoes by Andrea Pozzo. Rest of the day doing our own thing. I really wanted to sit with my thoughts because my expectations truly were completely different from what I had expected to experience being in Rome. Having viewed so many, hundreds of videos, what I thought I would experience of Rome was completely off the wall. And I'm so grateful for that tour because I've gained so much more appreciation for the role of Rome in history. I appreciate so much more now why Italians are so proud of who they are and their culture and their food. There are many cliches about Rome, but really just going for yourself there physically and experiencing it for yourself is a completely different story. And it's your own story immersed in the tapestry of that truly magnificent city. When Vanessa asked me if I would go back there, my first instinct was to say no. There are so many places still to see in the world, but after that tour, I changed my mind, and the answer is simply yes. I will go back to Rome. And this time when I go back, I want to blend in more with the actual residents of Rome and learn more about what it's like to live in Rome, surrounded by all those tourists every day of the year. And so if you have any tips for me on connecting with actual locals, please let me know in the comments. I would love to connect. With that said, we spent the rest of the day doing our own thing, had dinner at Ultima 36, and the next day, top priority was setting foot at Vatican City before heading out towards Verona. We are still in Rome, just about to enter a different country. You know what country that is? It's Vatican City. So we're headed there now. It's just right over this bridge. And it's behind us. As you can tell with my hair, super windy, but what a perfect day. And being here in Vatican City gives me the chills.
So I was here in October of 2021 during a Sunday service where you could see the Pope from a very small window, very high up top. So I'm really looking forward to being here.
Right, even if you're not Christian, like I'm Buddhist, but I'm still getting pictures too.
It's quite an experience, definitely.
Welcome to
Vatican City, or St. Peter's Basilica, is right in front of us.
Check this out. There you go. It's quite chilling to be standing here, no matter what denomination you're from. It's still very impressive just knowing of its history and what goes on here with throngs of people gathering to come here just to see the Pope. Pretty impressive.
This is great. So there's a line, as you can see, to go right into St. Peter's Basilica. But there's so many different things to see here, and you have to see the Sistine Chapel. It's a must.
We stayed there for a while, basking in the wonderment of it all. Quite magical. And then it was time for me to go, so we had to head out. But before heading out, first things first. How is it, Vanessa?
That's so good.
Back at the hotel, it was time to get my car and get on the road towards Verona, but I'll be stopping on the way for the night in Perugia. See you in the next vlog.